Have you ever wondered if he truly loves you, not through sweet words, but through subtle actions that often go unnoticed? What if love isn't about expensive gifts or romantic getaways, but lies in the simple, everyday things? In this video, we'll reveal 12 psychological signs that show a man's genuine love, not like what you see in movies or read in books. From the way he looks at you when no one's watching to the quiet moments he puts you first. This is how he shows his heart. Watch till the end to understand what real love looks like, whether you're doubting him or still waiting for someone special. Before diving into the story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the latest stories. Have you ever wondered what's behind his sudden hug or gentle hand-holding? The first sign a man truly loves you is that he loves physical touch, not just to be close, but to connect deeper than words can. This isn't the cheesy romance you see in Hollywood films, but a natural, honest way he expresses love. Picture this: Anna, a girl living in Seattle, is standing in the kitchen brewing morning coffee, a very American habit. David, her boyfriend, quietly steps up, wrapping his arms around her from behind. No words are spoken, just his warmth in the quiet space. Or when they stroll through Gasworks Park, he interlaces his fingers with hers, as if it's the most natural thing in the world. These moments aren't random. For David, every touch is his way of saying, "I'm here, and I want to be close to you." Not just physically, but in spirit too. In the fast-paced life of America, where people chase deadlines, check emails, and scroll TikTok endlessly, these small touches are gold. Psychology says physical touch builds attachment, reduces stress, and creates safety. But for a man who truly loves, it's more than that. Just a promise without words. When he brushes your hair from your face as you laugh, or pulls you into a hug while you're washing dishes, he's not just near you. He wants you to feel his love through every fingertip. Think about the last time he did this. Was it when you were talking, and he suddenly touched your shoulder, his eyes lighting up like he wanted to hold on to that moment? In America, where people often keep their distance in conversations, this stands out more than ever. It's not just comfort, it's a longing to connect with you on every level. Physical, emotional, and spiritual. The hand-holding in a crowd, the hug while watching Netflix, or the light touch when you're down, all are his way of saying, "You're my home." What's special is he doesn't do this out of habit or duty. It comes from his heart, from a desire to blend with you. When he pulls you close on the couch, it's not because it's cold, but because he feels most alive next to you. It's how he turns ordinary moments into deep memories, building an unbreakable bond. So if you're wondering if he really loves you, watch for these touches. It doesn't have to be a long hug or a passionate kiss. Sometimes it's just a quick handhold crossing the street, or a pat when you're stressed. These little things carry more weight than you think. In a noisy world, he chooses his hands to say, "I love you, and I want you to know it," without words. Here's my advice. If he's always finding ways to touch you, whether in the kitchen, on the street, or sitting quietly together, cherish it. It's not just habit, it's a real sign of deep love. Don't overlook these moments. They're the foundation of your closeness. Do you see this in your man? Comment below to share. Okay, we've talked about how real love isn't in the flashy stuff, but in small, meaningful moments. Now on to the second sign. He listens to you intently. This isn't casual listening or nodding to get by. When a man truly loves you, your words become the most important thing to him, like a song he doesn't want to miss a single note of. Imagine you're in Austin, Texas, with Ethan, a software engineer. His girlfriend Lily just had a long day at a tech startup, dealing with emails, and a rude coworker named Brad. She comes home, slumps on the couch, and starts venting. Ethan doesn't just sit there scrolling TikTok. No way. He puts his phone down, looks her in the eye, and really listens. She talks about how Brad interrupted her in a meeting, and Ethan doesn't just nod. He asks, "So what did you say to him?" He even remembers small details, like the Chris Stapleton country song she played on the drive home to unwind. That's not random. That's love. In America, where people are caught up in work and social media, a man taking time to truly listen is rare. Men are sometimes labeled as quiet or bad with emotions. But when he loves you, your words aren't just noise. They're a window to your soul. He doesn't listen to reply. He listens to understand, to feel what you're going through. It's his way of saying I cares without opening his mouth. Think about this. If you ramble about your day, maybe a traffic jam in Los Angeles or a fight with a friend, and he doesn't cut you off or look bored, but recalls details later, that's a big sign. Say you mentioned wanting to open a little coffee shop last week, and today he asks, what are you naming it? It shows you're not just part of his day, you're the center of his world. Intently listening isn't just an action, it's a deep connection. In a fast-moving society like America, where everything's NASCAR speed, him pausing to hear you puts you above it all. It's not the Kess, yeah, I heard you see in sitcoms, it's real presence. He doesn't need to say I love you daily, because his focused eyes and honest questions say it all. So how do you spot it? If you're upset about a bad day, maybe work in Seattle went south, and he sits there, patient, not rushing or fixing it, just listening. That's love. He makes you feel heard, seen, in a world too loud to care. It's a quiet, unflashy sign, but deeper than any bouquet. Here's advice. Next time you share something, watch how he responds. If he truly tunes in, remembers what you say, and makes you feel valued, congrats. You're truly loved. Comment below if you've noticed this in your guy. We just covered how he listens to you. A real sign of love hidden in small moments. But what happens when things aren't perfect? On to the third sign. He argues with you, but not to win, to understand. Sounds odd, right? But when a man truly loves you, even disagreements become chances to grow closer. Picture you're in Boston, Massachusetts, with Chloe and Noah. One Friday night, they're eating pepperoni pizza in their small apartment, and an argument sparks who's washing dishes tonight. Chloe says she did it yesterday. Noah says he's wiped out from a hospital shift. Instead of snapping or storming off, like in some Netflix drama, Noah takes a breath, looks at Chloe and says, okay, what feels fair to you? He's not proving he's right. He wants a solution both can live with. They split it. He washes, she wipes. That's not fighting to win. That's love. In America, where personal opinions are king, a man arguing to understand, rather than defend his ego is special. Conflict's normal. No couple agrees. 100%. But when he loves you, disagreements aren't battles. They're bridges to better understanding. He doesn't yell or walk away. He stays, listens, finds common ground. It's his way of saying, I want us to get through this together. Think of your last argument, maybe over Hulu picks, or weekend plans. Ye bidden bail, or shrug whatever, but explained and asked your take. That's a sign. Like in Asheville, Claire and Owen clashed, him wanting to hike, her wanting rest. Instead of pushing, Owen sat down. I don't want you tired. Can we plan something else? It ended in a hug. That's real love. This sign's quiet, not flashy, but profound. In an America where people cancel over differences on Twitter, him staying to argue kindly shows he values you over pride. He doesn't want to beat you. He wants to win with you. That's the difference. His gentle tone, lack of harshness, or even apologizing first, even if not wrong, is him putting the relationship first. So how to tell? Next disagreement, maybe over money or trash. Watch him, if he doesn't attack or blame, but seeks a fix. That's love. He sees you as a teammate, not a foe. In America, where straight talk is prized, him arguing with respect says, I'm here for you, no matter what. Advice. If he turns fights into understanding, cherish it. Don't fear conflict. It proves he loves you enough to stick around. Seen this in him? Comment below. We just explored how he argues to understand. A true love sign in small, meaningful moments. Now the fourth sign. He protects you. Not superhero style, but by standing up for you, against harsh words or tough times, so you always feel safe and valued. Imagine you're in Miami, Florida, with Olivia and Ben. One weekend night, they're at a friend's party. While chatting, an old friend of Olivia mocks her dream of opening a bakery. You think baking pays in Miami? People laugh. But Ben doesn't let it slide. He sets his drink down, looks at her, and says, Olivia's talented. She'll make it. Wait and see. No yelling, no fight, just enough to hush the room. Later, he takes her hand, pulls her to the balcony, and asks, You okay? That's protection. Not just words, but action. In America, where opinions fly free, Sometimes too free on Instagram or Reddit. Him defending you shows real love. He's not flexing, he sees you as his priority. It's not always about others. Maybe you're stressed from work in San Diego, and he steps in, shuts off his phone, says, "Don't let it get to you. I'm here." He shields you, mind and heart. Think of the last time someone hurt you. Maybe a coworker in Denver talking behind your back, or a mean Facebook comment. If he didn't stay quiet, or leave you to deal, but spoke up or comforted you, that's huge. Like in Philadelphia, Zoe told Henry about a rough day. Her boss criticized her in front of the team. Henry didn't just listen. He said, "She's wrong. You're great. Don't let it get to you." He won't let anyone make you feel small. This sign's not loud, but powerful. In an America where people throw shades online, him protecting you says, "I won't let anyone hurt you." He doesn't need to shout or start drama. Just act so you know he's on your side. That's real love. Not just in good times, but when you need a shield. So how to spot it? Next time you face harsh words, maybe from family or friends, watch him. If he stands up for you, even with a calm word or firm grip, that's love. In America, where culture can be tough, him guarding you proves he puts you first. He's not just a lover, he's your rock. Advice: if he's ready to guard your honor or feelings, treasure it. It's a deep love sign. Words can't match. Seen this in him? Comment below. We just talked about how he protects you. A true sign of love hidden in small yet deeply meaningful actions. Now on to the fifth sign. He always finds you beautiful. Not the glamorous Instagram kind of beauty, but beautiful in his eyes. Even when you're not trying, even when you feel at your worst. This is a profound sign, showing he loves you for who you are. Imagine you're in Portland, Oregon, with Sophia and Ryan. One rainy Sunday morning, Sophia wakes up with messy hair, wearing an old college hoodie, no makeup after a long week of remote work. She looks in the mirror and thinks, "God, I look like I just stepped out of a zombie movie." But when Ryan walks into the kitchen, he doesn't complain. He smiles, pulls her into a hug, and says, "You're so cute today." Not because she's dolled up or in a fancy dress, but because he sees beauty in her laugh, in her eyes when she talks about a new idea. That's real love. In America, where culture obsesses over looks with standards from Hollywood or TikTok, a man loving your inner beauty is special. He doesn't care if you're wearing mascara or if your hair's perfect. He sees you as beautiful through the little things others miss. Maybe you're in yoga pants, eating cereal on the couch in Denver, and he still looks at you like you just walked off a runway. It's not empty flattery. It's him loving you at your most real. Think about the last time you felt insecure. You may be after a long day in Seattle, when you thought you looked exhausted. If he still gazed at you warmly, still called you pretty, even when you didn't believe it, that's a big sign. For example, in San Diego, Grace told Lucas she hated her freckled face. Lucas smiled, touched her cheek lightly, and said, "I like them. They make you special." He doesn't love you because you're perfect. He loves you because you're you. This sign isn't flashy, but it touches the heart. In American society, where pressure to be beautiful can make you doubt yourself, him always finding you beautiful says, "You're enough for me." He doesn't compare you to anyone, not Vogue models or that stunning coworker. He loves you on your glowing days and your tired ones, because your real beauty to him is you, not your outer shell. So how do you spot it? Next time you feel like a mess, hair tangled, clothes sloppy, watch how he looks at you. If he still smiles, still acts gentle, still makes you feel special, that's love. In America, where people get caught up in appearances, him loving you unconditionally proves he treasures you deeply. Here's advice. If he finds you beautiful, even when you're not trying, trust it's real. Don't feel insecure. He loves you for you, not what society says you should be. Got a guy like that? Comment below to share. On to the sixth sign. He changes for you. Not a complete personality overhaul, but small tweaks in habits or preferences to show you matter more than what he's used to. This is him putting you above himself. Imagine you're in Denver, Colorado, with Ellie and Jack. Jack's a huge basketball fan. He's been hyped for a month to watch the Denver Nuggets playoff game with friends. Even prepped beer and wings. But that afternoon, Ellie calls, voice shaky after losing her job at an ad agency. Jack doesn't hesitate. He texts his buddies, "I'm busy," next time, and drives straight to Ellie, with her favorite ice cream. He doesn't grumble or miss the game. He just wants to be there when she needs him most. That's not random. That's love. In America, where guys are often pegged as stubborn or self-focused, him willingly changing plans for you is a big deal. It's not always huge like skipping a game. Sometimes it's simpler. Like in Portland, Ryan knows Sophia loves romantic movies, though he's all about Marvel action flicks. But when she suggests The Notebooks for Saturday night, he doesn't complain. He watches with her, even popping popcorn. He doesn't love the movie, but he loves seeing her smile, and that's enough. Think about the last time you needed him. Maybe you wanted a park walk instead of his usual loud bar with friends. If he agrees without whining, that's a sign. In America, where people often live for themselves, him shifting for you says, "You're more important than my preferences." He doesn't do it forced. He does it to make you happy. That's real love, not showy, but clear in action. This sign's powerful. In a society like America, where individualism reigns, think Silicon Valley guys glued to work and games, him stepping out of his comfort zone for you proves he values you. Maybe he skips golf with coworkers to grocery shop with you, or wakes early to cook breakfast, despite hating mornings before 9. Those small changes aren't small. They're him centering his life around you. So how to tell? Next time you need him to shift, big plans or small habits, watch his reaction. If he does it without grumbling or reluctance, that's love. In Asheville, Owen hated grocery runs, but when Claire asked him to shop for dinner, he grabbed the basket and grinned. "Whatever you pick, I'll eat." He doesn't just change. He's happy to change for you. Advice: if he's ready to ditch habits or preferences to prioritize you, cherish it. It's a sign he loves you more than himself. And not everyone does that. Seen this in your guy? Comment below. We just covered how he changes for you. A true love sign in small, meaningful actions. Now the 7th sign, he feels your pain. This isn't a casual, "Oh, I get it." When you're hurting, he doesn't just see it. He feels it deeply, like it's his own. This sign shows his love isn't surface level. It reaches your soul. Imagine you're in San Diego, California, with Grace and Lucas. Grace is in med school, and one day she comes home, eyes red after failing a crucial exam that could affect her doctor future. Lucas doesn't just sit there saying, "It'll be fine," like some Pinterest cliche. He sits beside her, hugs her tight, and stays quiet for a long while. When Grace talks about feeling like a failure, he doesn't rush solutions. He says, "I know you gave it your all, and I hate seeing you this sad." His eyes redden too, not because he failed, but because he feels her pain. That's real love. In America, where people are often told to toughen up or get over it, a man letting himself hurt with you is rare. He doesn't stand back watching you struggle. He steps in, feels it, shares the load. It's not fake sympathy. He genuinely aches when you do. Maybe you lost a job in Denver, and he doesn't just comfort you but stays up late with you despite an early meeting. He doesn't want you alone in sadness. That's his way of saying, "I'm here with you." Think of the last time you were hurt, maybe a family fight or a Seattle deadline crunch. If he didn't just listen, but held your hand, eyes showing real worry, that's a huge sign. In Philadelphia, Zoe told Henry about a friend's betrayal. Henry didn't just nod. He gripped her hand and said, "I can't stand seeing you hurt like this." He doesn't need to cry, but you feel him sharing your pain. This sign's not loud, but incredibly deep. In an America where emotions hide behind fake Instagram smiles, him hurting with you proves real love. He's not just a lover, he's a companion, feeling every tear you hold back. That's love beyond words. It's in how he lives your sadness with you. Advice: if he feels your pain, like his own, treasure it. It's a sign he loves you with his whole heart. Not just in joy, but when you're weakest. Seen this yet? Comment below. We just talked about how he feels your pain. A true sign of love through small moments that reach deep into the soul. Now on to the 8th sign, he values your advice. This isn't just asking for the sake of it, when he genuinely trusts and respects your opinion, seeing you as a worthy partner in big and small decisions. This is a sign he loves you not just with his heart, but with deep respect. Imagine you're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with Zoe and Henry. Henry's at a crossroads. He's been offered a switch from IT technician to project manager, but he's unsure if it suits him. One night, eating cheesesteaks, Philly's specialty, he turns to Zoe and asks, "What do you think I should do?" Zoe thinks for a moment, then says, You're great at communicating, but I know you love fixing code yourself more than meetings. Maybe think it over carefully. Henry doesn't just nod it off. He pauses, reflects, and days later says, "You're right, I turned it down." He didn't ask out of politeness. He respects her judgment. That's real love. In America, where men often pride themselves on independence, like the "I know what I'm doing" vibe from action movies, him seeking your input is special. He doesn't see you as an outsider. He views you as a key part of his life. It's not always big stuff like job changes. Sometimes it's smaller. Like in Denver, Jack asks Ellie which shoes to buy for a marathon, despite his usual confidence in his taste. Ellie picks the blue pair, and Jack laughs. "If you chose them, they're definitely better than my pick." Think of the last time he asked your opinion, maybe picking a restaurant for date night, or deciding on a new car. If he doesn't just ask but listens and even follows your lead, that's a big sign. In America, where people love calling their own shots, him valuing your advice says, "I trust you, and I need you in my life." He doesn't do it out of weakness. He does it because he sees you as an equal, a true partner. This sign isn't flashy, but it's powerful. In a society like America, where personal egos often speak loud, think of Wall Street guys who always think they're right. Him holding your opinion high proves he loves you deeply. He doesn't just want to hear you. He wants to learn from you, grow with you. That's love beyond feelings. It's respect woven into every choice. So how do you spot it? Next time he faces a decision, buying a new TV or switching jobs, watch how he asks you if he genuinely cares about your take, factoring it into his thoughts. That's love. In San Diego, Lucas once asked Grace where to invest savings, and when she suggested medical stocks, he followed through and thanked her after a big win. He doesn't just ask, he treasures it. Advice. If he treats your advice like gold, cherish it. It's a sign he loves you not just with his heart, but with profound respect. Seen this yet? Comment below. We just talked about how he values your advice. A true sign of love through deep respect in small moments. Now, on to the ninth sign. He loves being close to you. This isn't just about hugs or kisses. It's how he finds peace and joy in your presence, even doing nothing big. This is a sign he loves you not just through actions, but through the feeling he gets near you. Imagine you're in Asheville, North Carolina, with Claire and Owen. One weekend afternoon, they're on the porch swing, watching the Blue Ridge Mountains turn golden at sunset. No need for much talk. Owen quietly holds Claire's hand, fingers locked tight like that's where they belong. He doesn't need his phone or TV, just sitting by her, hearing birds chirp and her laugh as she talks about a weird customer at her flower shop. After a long week at the wood shop, he says, "Sitting here with you is enough." That's not random. That's real love. In America, where life spins with deadlines and screens, from Zoom calls in Seattle to LA traffic jams, a man finding calm near you is special. He doesn't need a bar with friends or Twitter to unwind. He just needs you. Maybe you're in line at Starbucks, and he leans close, whispering a silly joke to make you laugh. He doesn't just enjoy your physical closeness. He loves the peace you bring. Think of the last time you were together, maybe sprawled on the couch in Denver, watching Netflix, not caring what's on. If he pulls you close, rests a hand on your shoulder, or just sits near without needing words, that's a big sign. In America, caught up in hustle culture, him choosing closeness says, "You're where I want to be." He doesn't do it out of habit. He does it because he feels most real beside you. This sign isn't loud, but it's warm. In a society like America, where people get swept into work or social media, think Silicon Valley guys living with laptops, him turning to you as a haven, proves he loves you deeply. He doesn't need big parties or far-off trips. Just sitting by you on a park bench, hearing about your day, fills him up. So how to tell? Next time you're together, walking in a park or eating breakfast, see if he craves your closeness. If he seeks your touch, sits near, or just smiles watching you, that's love. In San Diego, Lucas once told Grace, "I don't need anything but being here with you." He doesn't just stay close. He needs you to feel whole. Advice. If he finds peace beside you, treasure it. It's a sign he loves you with his whole heart, seeing you as his home. Seen this yet? Comment below. We just talked about how he loves being close to you. A true sign of love through small moments that bring peace. Now on to the 10th sign. He does everything for you. This isn't Hollywood grand gestures. It's actions, big or small, showing he'll go the extra mile for your happiness. This is a sign he loves you, not just with words, but with total devotion. Imagine you're in Los Angeles, California, with Harper and Caleb. One late night, Harper's stuck at the office, finishing an ad project deadline. She calls Caleb, exhausted. "Babe, I'm dying for coffee but can't step out." Caleb doesn't just say, "Hang in there." He drives 2 hours through LA rush hour, bringing her a latte from her favorite Santa Monica spot. When Harper, shocked, asks, "Why'd you do that?" Caleb just smiles, "Because you're worth it." He doesn't need thanks. He just wants her happy. That's not random. That's real love. In America, where people are busy with personal lives, from New York jobs to Miami gyms, a man doing everything for you stands out. He doesn't stick to easy stuff. He sacrifices time, effort, even comfort. Maybe you're sick in Denver, and he skips football with friends to bring hot soup, though he hates cooking. He doesn't do it to show off. You're his top priority. Think of the last time you needed help. Maybe a car breakdown in Seattle, or forgetting your wallet at the store. If he jumps in without hesitation, busy or tired, that's a big sign. In Philadelphia, Zoe once dropped her phone in a drain. Henry didn't just console her. He waded in to get it, despite rain and a long shift. He didn't complain, just said, "I didn't want you to lose something important." That's his way of saying, "I'd do anything for you." This sign isn't flashy, but it's incredibly strong. In a society like America, where self-focus rules, think Silicon Valley guys obsessed with startups. Him doing everything for you proves deep love. He doesn't count the cost, driving hours or staying up to fix your laptop, because your smile outweighs it all. So how to spot it? Next time you need something, moving help, or just a shoulder to cry on, see if he acts. If he doesn't make excuses or delay but jumps in, that's love. In Asheville, Claire forgot her raincoat on a hike. Owen didn't just grab it. He carried her over a stream to keep her dry. He doesn't just do, he does with all his heart. Advice: if he's ready to do anything, big or small, for your joy, cherish it. It's a sign he loves you unconditionally, putting you above all. Seen this yet? Comment below. We just talked about how he does everything for you. A true sign of love through devotion in small yet meaningful moments. Now on to the final two signs. He fights for you and stays consistent. Together they paint a full picture of genuine love. Sign 11. He fights for you. First, he fights for you, not arguing or controlling, but defending your relationship against all odds. Imagine you're in Atlanta, Georgia, with Ava and Miles. Ava's family doesn't support them. They think Miles, a freelance artist, isn't stable enough compared to the lawyers or engineers they expect. One night at Ava's house, her dad says flat out, "You should find someone else." Miles doesn't stay quiet. He stands, voice calm but firm. "I love Ava, and I'll prove she didn't choose wrong." No aggression. He fights for their love. Later he holds Ava's hand and says, "I won't let anyone tear us apart." That's real love. In America, where social pressures from family, friends, or LinkedIn standards can threaten relationships, him fighting for you is huge. He doesn't quit when it's tough. He stands firm, guarding you and your love. Maybe friends mock your hobbies in Miami, and he says, "She likes it, and I like her for it." She doesn't do it to seem tough. He does it because you're something he won't lose. Think of the last time your relationship was tested, maybe gossip or distance between states. If he doesn't let go, doesn't leave you to face it alone, that's a sign. He fights not to beat anyone, but to keep you. In America, where people next each other on Tinder, him staying to defend says, "You're everything to me." Sign 12. He's consistently there. She's consistently there. Not just in good times, but through every high and low. Being back to Ava and Miles in Atlanta. When Ava lost her design firm job, she sank into depression, avoiding the world. Miles didn't just show up once with flowers. He was there daily, bringing coffee, listening to her vent, even wiping her tears when she cried. When she got sick, he took off work to care for her. Despite a looming art exhibit, he doesn't vanish when it's hard. He stays steady, like an essential part of her life. That's real love. In America, where fast lives and personal pursuits dominate, him always being there is rare. He's not just around when you're smiling. He's there when you cry, fail, or need him most. Maybe you're stressed from exams in San Diego, and he brings food every night, despite his own fatigue. He doesn't do it for praise. He does it because you're his home. Think of his consistency. If he's there, rain or shine, that's a big sign. In America, where people shift like the weather, him sticking by you says, I choose you, every day. That's love beyond words. It's action, repeated, never stopping. So we've covered all 12 signs, from how he listens and protects to fighting and staying by you. These aren't flashy like movies, but they're real. Love doesn't need fanfare. It's in his eyes when you're sad, his hand when you need it, his persistence when things get messy. In America, where busy lives and social pressures can blur feelings, these signs are a light guiding you to true love. If you see these in your guy, like Miles fighting for Ava or Caleb doing everything for Harper, congrats, you're truly loved. Treasure it, nurture it, that love's rare. If not yet, don't lose hope. Real love's out there, not in grand moments, but in small things you'll recognize when the time comes. This story of 12 true love signs reflects life in the U.S. today, a busy individualistic society where love can get lost in the fast pace and social pressures. In this modern age, when dating via Tinder or Bumble is the norm, Ethan listening to Lily and Austin amid tech deadlines shows rare focus amidst Zoom and TikTok chaos. Likewise, Miles fighting for Ava against family in Atlanta mirrors how Americans face societal expectations from stable careers like law to LinkedIn norms. Caleb driving through LA traffic for Harper's coffee shows devotion cutting through the me-first vibe of big cities. Even Owen holding Claire's hand, watching Asheville's mountains reminds us that, amid Silicon Valley's hustle culture, simple closeness is a soul soother. The takeaway. In today's America, don't seek love in Hollywood flashiness. Look at the small acts. If he skips the Super Bowl to be with you like Jack with Ellie, or defends you from jabs like Ben with Olivia in Miami, that's real. Cherish those who change, empathize like Lucas with Grace in San Diego, and stay consistent like Miles with Ava. Don't let work or social media blind you. Real love lies in persistence, not perfection. If you haven't found it, be patient. In America, worthwhile things take time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to catch more true love signs in busy American life. Thanks for joining me through these 12 small but meaningful moments. See you in the next video to explore more about genuine love.